So as we come to the grid here for the OpenSuperStock class, we've got 2 onboard cameras this race. We've got Eric Graham on the KTM. We got Chad Sweeney on the, I do believe it was a Suzuki, but I could be wrong. And we're about to blast off here. Here's the drop, and we're off. We're on board with Chad Sweeney as he drives toward the first turn. We're going to see if he can get the jump, drop it in there. It looks like he's going to hop behind and then try to get a drive out of that first turn. Bradshaw with the whole shot out front. Sweeney third. Eric Grimm about 5th right now. They go into turn 5. We're 7 laps to go here on the OpenSuperStock class as they head toward Agony and Ecstasy. Bradshaw is out front. Sweeney is in 3rd. Looks like Hicks is in 2nd. Again, Bradshaw out front as they drive out of Agony and Ecstasy into the Attitudes as we see our leaders come through Attitudes right now. We are on board. Bradshaw up front. Hicks just got blasted as he comes into the Tooele turn and gets past. They come into the clubhouse, and we're going to see what we can do here for onboard cameras as we got multiples rolling through here. We're on board with Sweeney. Now we're on board with Grimm. We're back out. Bradshaw out front, drops into the corner. Sweeney in 4th, blasts around the outside turn, drives down the straightaway, trying to get a drive, Looks like we're going to have another pass here as Tabor blasts by Brand to try to drop into 2nd as Bradshaw's pulling away with a 139.4 as he blasts out of the first turn heading into the chicane. Looks like we got a rider down. Trying to see who it is. The rider is up. We're going to try to get you a name momentarily here. Back to the race. We're into turn 5. They drop into Agony and Ecstasy. Bradshaw is still out front. Brian Brand 2nd. Tabor in 3rd. Possibly trying to get some more. We're on board with Sweeney now as they come out of Ecstasy and drive toward the Attitudes. On board now, we can see Sweeney hanging off, folks. This is how close the action gets here at Miller Motorsports Park, Masters of the Mountain Series. They blast out of the Attitudes into the Tooele turn. They're heading toward the clubhouse. Tabor is on a mission as he chases down Bradshaw. Bradshaw drops in on his BMW. They come around the clubhouse turn, through the windup, heading toward the release. Bradshaw out front. And it's still Bradshaw, Tabor, Hicks, Brand. No, we got a change. We got Swain by Brand, so it's your top 5: Bradshaw, Tabor, Hicks, Swain, Brand. Postniaks drops again. Eric Grimm gets by Postniaks. So it is Bradshaw, Tabor, Hicks, Swain, Grimm, Postniak, Sherwin Min, Ryan Brand, and it appears Ryan Brand is the rider that is down. That is Shane White, who is blasting around. Michael Bradshaw running a 137.53. Peter Tabor 136.6. Gerald Hicks 137.2. Chad Swain 139.3 representing Canada. As the leaders blast down into Agony, rolling through Ecstasy. Bradshaw trying to gap Tabor. Tabor hanging tight here as we're in lap 3. As they come out of the Tooele turn, they head toward the clubhouse. Tabor going to try to make a move on the inside. Bradshaw slams the door. And it's a battle for 1st, 2nd, 3rd, and 4th. all super close. Tabor trying to make a move on Bradshaw, comes out, gets to the inside of release. Bradshaw slams the door as they come out of the last turn release. It's Bradshaw, Tabor, Hicks, Swain battling as they drive down the front stretch. Tabor all over Bradshaw looking for a move. As we're on board with Eric Graham as he drives out of the last turn and down the straightaway. Tabor trying to get the inside on Bradshaw as they go through agony and ecstasy. He's going inside, going outside, driving toward the attitudes. Tabor's all over Bradshaw. Hicks sitting back in the catbird seat, waiting to see how this plays out as they drop into the attitudes. Swain in fourth, sitting back, watching, waiting. The Canadian Predator. No change as they come out of the Twilla turn. They drive toward the clubhouse. Tabor looking into the inside, looking to the outside. And all of a sudden, Gerald Hicks is right there in this battle as well. As they come around clubhouse, Bradshaw driving hard into windup. Tabor looking for a line, looking. Right over, trying, going to dive to the inside. Tabor drives to the inside. Bradshaw tries to shut the door, goes a little wide. Tabor holding the inside, trying to blast off. Tabor had the move. Bradshaw tried to slam the door on him, had to check up. Tabor's going to catch him going down the front stretch, and Tabor's going to drop in and make the pass on Bradshaw going into turn one. Hicks following closely, trying to catch up and make a move as well on Bradshaw and stay with the leader. Tabor and Bradshaw swapping as they come out of the first turn, back and forth. Tabor pulls about 4 bike links on Bradshaw, and now Hicks is on Bradshaw as they head into Maybe I'll Make It in Satisfaction. We're on board with Senies. He's trying to chase down Hicks and make a move. As they head up to the attitudes, he is the trailing man as he drops in. They'll blast out of the attitudes up toward the Twilla turn. Tabor trying to gap Bradshaw. Bradshaw trying to get his rightful spot back as he led from the start of this race. As they come into clubhouse, Bradshaw looks outside, dives to the inside. Tabor is going to hug the inside as he comes through clubhouse. Bradshaw is following his line, stalking his prey here. Hicks following up. Bradshaw goes outside, trying to cut this apex tighter to try to get a drive off the inside there. Tabor shuts the door, drives off, and it's still Tabor, Bradshaw, Hicks, and Sweeney. Sweeney about to lose this front group here as they blast by the start stretch. Bradshaw closes in on Tabor as he comes through. They come out of the first turn, and it's Tabor, Bradshaw, Hicks, Sweeney. Tabor and Bradshaw are within striking distance of each other here. Again, Hicks sitting back, waiting and see as we ride along with Eric Grimm as he blasts down the straightaway on his RC8. Currently running in 5th place, just ahead of Eric Postniks. As the lead group comes out of Satisfaction and head towards Agony and Ecstasy, Bradshaw still all over Tabor. Hicks still in the catbird seat, dropping their lap times ever so much as they come around. Fastest lap so far, Peter Tabor with a 1:35.9. Several tenths on Bradshaw as far as the best time goes here in this race. They drop through the attitudes, they blast up toward the Twilla turn. Still no change.
Still in the lead. Bradshaw in second. Hicks off the pace a little bit.
As they come into the clubhouse turn, we've still got Tabor in the lead. Bradshaw trying to catch up, but getting gapped right now as Tabor has turned up the wick, and it's burning hard. Sweeney now stalking Hicks as Hicks looks a tad off pace. Bradshaw going outside, going inside. Bradshaw not close enough to make a move here. still driving. Tabor pulling on Bradshaw, and Sweeney now stalking Hicks as they blast past the start-finish straight. And it's 1 lap to go here in the Open Superstock class. Your top 5: Peter Tabor, Michael Bradshaw, Gerald Hicks, Chad Swain, Eric Grimm, Eric Postnicks, Sherwick Min, Ryan Brand out within the first couple of laps to go here after hitting the dirt coming out of the first turn. And now Sweeney is all over Hicks as Hicks has lost the lead group. It's Tabor and Bradshaw for this class. All right. Tabor pulls out on Bradshaw as they hit into agony and ecstasy. They have pulled a gap on Hicks and Sweeney. And unless Bradshaw's got something up his sleeve, it doesn't look like he's got anything for Tabor here on the last lap of the Open Superstock class of the Masters of the Mountain Series presented by Vortex and Utah Sport Bike. As they come out of the altitudes, they drive toward the Twilla turn, still no change. Bradshaw driving hard, cuts the inside, gets a good drive off the Twilla turn coming into the clubhouse. Going to see if he can drop it in here. Bradshaw within striking distance now. Goes inside, goes outside. They come into the clubhouse turn. Bradshaw stalking Tabor, holding the inside line. Very tight apex. Bradshaw looking for a place to do it. He's going to try to make it happen on the outside, maybe cut back underneath. Tabor holding a tight line. Bradshaw gets a drive. We're going to see what it is at the line, and it's going to be Tabor, Bradshaw, Hicks, Swain, Grimm. That is your top 5 for the Open Superstock class. Holy cow. One of the best battles up front, multiple lead changes as Tabor stalked Bradshaw for the majority of that race before flipping the switch, getting by, and then pulling a gap. Bradshaw fought back here toward the last lap, going into the last couple of turns, but didn't have anything for Tabor as he drove off release in the last turn and drove toward home. As we're on board with Eric Grimm as he takes the checkered with a hard-fought 5th place finish.